Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey and I'm here with Mr. Horse Racing himself, Jake Johns. He's been in fantastic form this week, so let's have a quick browse through the week for horse racing, starting with your tips, Jake. Talk us through some of your winners that you've had from this last weekend and this midweek.
Yeah, so it was Scottish Grand National Day on Saturday. It's been a much better week this week. It's been a much better week. So Scottish Grand National Day on Saturday. Really good day's racing. I had a 9-1 winner in the Scottish Champion Hurdle with Chutabello, I think is how you pronounce it. It's spelled nice, got like an apostrophe. I don't know, but something like that. Trained by Dan Skelton, came there travelling really well at the last. Absolutely made a massive hash of the last, but still managed to hold on. Ran around like mental at the end as well, but it was a decent run, 9-1. Really nice price as well. He was really well handicapped after the race. The owner said that he was one of the best handicapped horses in training, and he kind of looked like it there. He had form behind some really good sorts, so that was a decent run. And then in the Scottish Grand National, I had another hard luck. Oh no, it wasn't hard luck. Sorry, I had See You at Midnight. Went off 40. I think he hit about 20-1, but went off about 14, 16-1. Ended up coming third because Alvarado stayed on like a monster, like, as usual, from absolutely nowhere. I had Bet365 Exchange open, ready to bet on him to place, and I completely forgot because I was too excited about See You at Midnight. Because it was like, if he's out of picture and someone just says, "Oh, I'll give you 20-1," I'll be like, yes. Yeah. But he stayed on like crazy. Came second, but it was basically a carbon copy run of Last Samurai, exactly the same as what happened in the Grand National. Really good position all the way through the race at the front. Really dogged performance, and then just got done on the line by a really good Nichols horse Vicente, who that basically put him back into the Trainers' Championship race. And another one of my horses that was running quite well, the old boy Pinot de Rey, was making stealthy progress, but then he fell. He was probably a bit outpaced at the end, but he might have done all right.
Not bad for an old boy.
Not bad for a 13-year-old monster. But yeah, that was the Scottish Grand National meeting, and yeah, it was nice. And then Monday, I had a 5-1 winner, Ed Lomond, quite a big drift. Tracked the leaders, and then actually won pretty well by 4 lengths. So that was at Newton Abbot, one of my home tracks.
Yep, good start.
I've been to
the week with the 5-1 winner on the Monday.
5-1, yeah, that was really nice. And then Tuesday, I had a winner, Festive Affair, 3-1. Actually shortened a little bit before the off. Maidall, clearly very well handicapped. John Drew O'Neill's in much better form than he has been all season. That was a nice one as well. 3-1, went off about 9-4.
Yep. And not just in horse racing either, Jake. If we talk briefly about your top 10 Football League tips.
God, yeah, I forgot about that. I did the guest for the top 10 Football League tips this week and hit 8 out of 10. And they weren't just odds-on ones either. I had anytime scorers, I had under 2.5 goals, I had Brighton -1 against QPR.
If you want to see exactly how much Jake won himself, then head to his Twitter at Jake Johns and check out his bet slip.
Yeah, I had a 6-fold.
Drinks are on, Jake.
£5 bet 100-1. Anyway, and then news this week.
Yeah, so there's been quite a bit of news. Shall we start with Willie Mullins?
Yeah, Willie Mullins and Paul Nicholls fighting out for the Trainers' Championship. Obviously, Nicholls won the Scottish Grand National. That was a massive pull for him. That's basically put him back into the race. I think he might do it, to be honest, because he's got a big chance in the Bet365 Gold Cup that I'll talk about later as well. He's got the favourite, and I think he's going to do it. And they're pretty much exactly the same price in all bookmakers are pricing him up 5 to 6, 10 to 11. Yeah, it's really close. He's about 20,000 ahead at the moment. There's racing going on at the moment. Mullins has got some runners. Nicholls got more runners than Mullins did, but Mullins has got a few runners at Perth. Another thing that happened. Duvan's dam gave birth to a new foal, a colt, and it's by Walk in the Park, so it's Duvan's full brother. Wow! So that's going to have a few trainers running scared.
Absolutely.
That's going to be an absolute beast, obviously, and can't talk about the Trainers' Championship without talking about the Jockeys' Championship. Obviously, Richard Johnson, he's been going for 20 years, just been behind AP McCoy every single year. It's just an unbelievable story of perseverance and just commitment to. I couldn't come second for 20 years in a row. I just couldn't do it, and he's going to win, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And then
one of the feel-good moments of the
it's going to
definitely, sporting year, isn't it?
It's going to be one of the feel-good moments of the sporting year. It's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Any chance of him getting sports personality?
I haven't seen the odds actually. I haven't checked it, but probably not though, because we've got the Olympics, we've got quite a few, we've got the Euros, and we're going to win the Euros. So someone out Dele Alli might win it or something. So yeah, on to the tips for the Bet365 Gold Cup on Sunday.
Yeah, let's listen to your tips for this big race.
The declarations aren't out yet, they're out tomorrow, so I was running through a few that I like. There's some that I didn't make the cut, but shortlisted. O'Fuelin's Boy would have an absolutely huge chance. I mean, he would be definitely a pick of mine, but Rebecca Curtis is going through one of those weird patches of form that she's been going through quite a lot all year, where she hasn't had any winners in the last 12 runners, and she's had a lot of short price favourites really not performing. Her horses aren't finishing the races, a lot are getting pulled up, a lot getting beaten by long distances. He might want it softer as well, but he's very, very, very well handicapped, and he is top class as well. So if he goes here, which I think he probably will, but if Curtis wasn't in such bad form, he would have a huge chance. He's about 16 to 20.
So this is your so that's more of an honourable mention.
Honourable mentions these are. Another honourable mention: Henry Parry Morgan, a massive improver, huge run behind Native River at Aintree. But yeah, he might be slightly too high in the weights now. He's 14 pounds higher than his last handicap win. So but he's improving all the time, and he's quite young still. He should be there or thereabouts, but he might be slightly too high. Another one, honourable mention: Neil Mulholland, who has a lot of chances in this race. The young master probably will like to step up. He's £1 lower than his good run in the Ultima last time, where he finished third, quite a long way back third, but he was staying on well at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few others that I think are slightly better handicapped and have better chances. The first of my real tips now. This is the real tips. I'm not 100% sure they're all going to go here, but if they do, they've got a big chance. One of them definitely, two of them definitely are. This one I'm pretty sure is, but might not. La Rev, currently around 20 to 1. Never run a bad race at Sandown in his entire career. Even when he's been out of form, he's always managed to perform at Sandown. He's got form figures here of second, first, third, first. The third came in this race last year. He's only £1 higher than that, whereas the horses that finished around him are quite a lot higher up in the weights. He'll love the drying ground. He ran okay in the Grand National, finished 11th of 39. He finished the race though, which is one that's but it obviously is worrying. This is quite close to our Grand National, and obviously the Grand National is a really gruelling race. So
absolutely, yeah.
That's the main concern. But he's only £1 higher than last year. Like I said, he should go really, really close if he's on the song. In fact, I can't see him not hitting the frame, to be honest. And 20 to 1 is massive.
Well, it would be a huge differentiation from the trend of his current form at Sandown, wouldn't it? If he didn't even make the place.
I think he'll hit the frame. I think he'll maybe sneak a place. It's a pretty classy race this year compared to most years, but I think he'll hit the frame.
Okay, so moving on to your next choice.
Second choice is Druid's Nephew. I would have tipped him in the National if the ground, but I thought the ground was going to get soft. He was given a really easy time in the National. He was ridden wide the whole time. It looked like they were riding to just finish the race or you know make sure nothing bad happens to the horse, though it kept him out of trouble. Before the race, Neil Mulholland said that did not seem at all, didn't like his chances at all. The ground got really, really soft. It was basically heavy. I was there that day. It was very, very soft. He had no chance, absolutely no chance. It was crazy that he went off so short anyway. He's on a really, really good mark now. He's £7 higher than his Cheltenham win. His Cheltenham win from 2 years ago in the Ultima 7-length win. He's going to love the drying ground. I've seen some forecasts that have a tiny bit of rain on Friday night, but it's only a tiny, tiny bit, and I don't. And if that only comes, maybe a millimetre, it's not going to make that much difference.
There's really no sign of this cold front that's been warned for London.
Oh, I heard about that. It's going to snow.
Yeah.
I don't know what horses form in snow. It's like there's not that much to go on. But yeah, unless it snows or rains like mad, he has a chance, and he's 16 to 1. I think definitely like the good ground. He's going to be raring to go. And he's got a rider, so he's definitely running as well. And then my last choice is Southfield Theatre. I backed this a while ago for this race. I think a couple of weeks ago actually. I tipped him for the Ultima this year in our Cheltenham handicap video, and he got brought down when just making a move. I tipped him 25 to 1 for that race, and I think he has a big chance here. He's on a really, really nice mark of 150. He was a classy hurdler. He came second in the RSA a few years ago behind Don Poli, and he got really, really badly injured that day. Got a cut on him, and he apparently took a long time to get back to himself. That's why his form's been pretty bad this year, but he looked back to himself last time. So that means Paul Nicholls has a huge chance of taking the Trainers' Championship.
Okay.
He's short enough at 7-1. I wouldn't want to go any shorter for the race like of this size, but I think he'll stay. And I think 7-1 is good enough price for me. I'd probably take that still. I've got about 16s, and he has a massive chance. And he's won here before as well. And Sandown's a pretty weird course as well. So form around here is really important. So yeah, that's La Rev 20-1 each way. Druid's Nephew 16-1 each way, and Southfield Theatre 7-1 win.
Win. We like that, Jake.
Just to let you know, this is the only place where you'll be able to see my tips for this race. I'm not going to be doing an article. It's exclusive, those 3 horses, if you want to bet on whatever I say, on my tips that I'm doing for this race. La Rev, Druid's Nephew, Southfield Theatre.
We'll put a link through to the race market on the video. And just a brief few moments here to do a quick few plugs. Firstly, Jake's written his first anti-post pieces for Royal Ascot. So he's got a few tips up for those races with anti-post prices, which of course are going to be far better than closer to the race itself. So make sure that you read them now and get on the better prices. And also on Royal Ascot, we're going to be launching a Royal Ascot app very shortly. So make sure that you keep a lookout on easyodds.com website and our social channels on how to download and install that app. And also make sure that you read the previews for the weekend. Jake will be doing a lot of races on Channel 4 for Saturday. He's obviously in good form. He's already pointed out that he's had 5-1, 3-1 winners this week already. So make sure that you read those, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel to get these videos straight into your YouTube channel inbox. Should be a button around about there. So thanks very much for clicking that, and hopefully you're not watching this anymore and you've already gone off and subscribed. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Ross Casey, and this is Mr. Horse Racing himself, Jake Johns.